Alright, it's Big Weave the Trucker. I have absolutely no. This is the best place to put this, so if the viewer angle is terrible, uh, just gotta deal with that because I've literally tried to prop this everywhere. But this is the Overdrive Ram McNally Overdrive Pro 7. And just a quick few my likes and dislikes. And I guess a review. My likes is it's a GPS for trucks that isn't my phone. And that's pretty much where my like stops. Everything else is a dislike. Like, the number one thing that bugs me about this is every now and again, it will, when it's sending you somewhere, it'll give you the wrong side of the street. Now, I don't know if you've experienced that with Google Maps or anything, but I haven't. I literally have only experienced that with the Ram McNally. Um, I think it does way too much. Like, it's one of those. Everybody is trying to have their do-it-all device, and that's what this tries to do. It tries to be a tablet. It tries to be a media player. Why you would listen to any music off of this with the speakers it has? It's absolutely terrible. Especially, I don't know too many people that are playing music from their SD card. Not saying those people don't exist, but I don't think there are a whole lot of them, and that's really a tad annoyance because I think if you focus more on just being the GPS, which that's pretty much what most people want, it might actually be a little better. It might actually run a little smoother. Also, the as far as the directions and stuff goes, every now and again it will drop the like location, the GPS signal, even if it's just slightly off, just a little bit, right? Like, it has the magnet attachment, but there are times where I had like an hour drive ahead of me, and it just didn't. It kept losing the GPS signal, so I had to put it real quick on my phone, and go based off my phone, which again I don't want to do because I've burnt out a couple phones by using the GPS so much. But then I would just do it like that and wiggle it, and then it'll go in like it just did, and then it'll pick up the signal within a few seconds. So something simple as that will cause this to be, I guess, not work properly, or if the charger thing isn't in all the way. I've had that. Now, easy fixes. Not saying that is, you can't fix it, but it's something like that. If you don't know, like I didn't know for a while, it could end up sending you, you miss your exit. If it happens while you're in that point where you got to make 3-4 turns in a mile radius, it can, you can lose track of where you are. And when you compare it to the Google Maps, which Ram McNally has been around for a while, so I probably should have researched if they were around before Google, but I'm pretty sure they were. For Google to surpass them and how you do maps that quickly, that's kind of bad when your specialty is maps. But one thing that it when you compare the two is when you let me type in address real quick. All right, I'm not going to type in the address because it'll show it obviously, but the thing that I don't like that you can do on Google is preview the directions before you click start, because it'll give you a main route and an alternate route, which it only gives you two, not the 5 possible, but they give you main route and alternate route. You can't, or at least I don't know how to preview the routes prior to saying, okay, that one. Because if you click a route and you look through and it's like, I don't like the way that sounds, and you want to go to a different one, you can't. You have to exit completely out, retype it, reconfirm, and then now you can preview the other route. And if you like the other route better anyway, then you got to go back to that one. So I know all this stuff is like, dude, you're nitpicking, but yeah, this is a $500 device. I'm going to nitpick the hell out of it. Oh, and last but probably the most important thing is, I'll use this even if I know where I'm going, just to have it on to see what it does. Which is a good thing because one time, this place that sits in I'm a local trucker, so I go to the same places all the time. But so one of the places sits like right in the middle of no trucking streets. It's almost one way in and one way out, kind of. Um, One day when I typed the address in to go from that location to somewhere else that I also know where to get from there, it had me taking this road that goes right to it, but you have that entire road is no trucks. You have to go the other way, go around it, take the freeway up, and even when I went around it, it tried to redirect me back to that same road that obviously trucks can't be on. And if you don't know where you're going to end up on a no trucking road. No, not very likely, but as you see, it's possible. And they're going to, somebody might call police on you, which people are petty enough to do. Um, and you end up in a situation. And another time, it happened when I was another one of my routes a little farther away, that I don't know much about the area besides getting off the freeway and getting there. It had me take a newer route, and I'm just like, okay, let me just follow and see what it does, as I always, sometimes I'll do if I'm not in a rush. And it had me go. Now it wasn't a no trucking road, but it did take me over a small bridge that was where I exceeded the weight limit. And those types of situations you don't want to be in for the sake of possibly getting a ticket and all that stuff. And just it's, you get this for those specific reasons, and to know that sometimes it will just say fuck it and do it anyway. That's a huge annoyance for me. So that's that. I don't know how any other trucking GPS is, so I can't compare it. But yeah, that's my review, I guess. Thanks for watching. Later.